these are things I struggle with. I'm 16, so I'm supposed to be in school, but I'm not, because one of the things I struggle with is social anxiety, and that's just like something I don't know if I'll get over with now or in the future. I feel like if I make it, like if I become a celebrity someday, or like if something happens and I'm like big and people start, like, I guess, worshiping me, I think that's something I always like. I like when people like me, you know? I mean, when people like me, when people show that they like me, when they just do shit for me, it really shows. Like, I like when people like show who they are and like what type of person they are, and that's really cool to me. So I think, yeah, I struggle with social anxiety a lot. Like, I don't like going out because I feel like there's so many eyes on me. I think I may get over that someday, may not. I don't know. So yeah, that's one thing I struggle with. I struggle with depression. Depression, I think, is a big one for my generation, though. Like, this is like the Great Depression. So I mean, yeah, I struggle with that. I struggle with body issues. Sometimes I could feel skinny, sometimes I could feel fat, sometimes I just feel weird. Like, I feel fat. I feel like I want to work out, but I also struggle with motivation and how to like control things and like how to let go of things. You know, I struggle with stuff like that. Like, I struggle with lust. I feel like everybody does. I feel like most of our generation wants to be better than what we are, but we struggle with that. I'm not any different. So, like, if anybody ever asks me, like, how do they deal with stuff like that, I won't know how to, like, respond to that, because I still struggle with that stuff too. So yeah, I struggle with weight, social anxiety, lust, stuff like that. I struggle with like a lot of things. I'm not trying to show off. I think sometimes I get ahead of myself, and I talk a lot. Well, I don't talk a lot, but it feels like I talk a lot to me. You know what I mean? And then people will always say you're quiet, but I don't know. I just feel like sometimes I talk too much, so I just try to stay quiet. I think that's one thing I struggle with. I also talk low. I mean, to me, I don't think I talk low, but everybody around me, they say I talk low. So that's kind of something that I also need to work on. I know I need to work on that, and I hope I can learn how to work on it and be better for me personally. Also, I like a lot of sad stuff. I don't know why I find comfort in it. I find the solace in sadness and all that. I wouldn't say it's like a struggle, because I honestly like it. But I know to others, they believe it's a struggle. I believe sadness is like one of the things people don't want to talk about, which is crazy, because it's like we're all human. So in some ways, it's like if you can't talk about sadness, it's like that also shows how depressed you are. I don't know how to explain it. It's like not being able to talk about sadness like lowers your humanity. Not lowers it, but it shows how, I don't know how to explain it. Like, when we don't focus on like, or like when we won't talk about certain stuff, it just makes us as human beings dry, you know, like robots. So I'm the type of person who likes to talk about science. No, actually, science isn't one of my things. I mean, knowing about science is a thing I like, but like just in the great scheme of things, science isn't one of the first things I'm gonna go to. I think if we're gonna have a deep conversation, philosophy is also a really good thing. I like philosophy. But that isn't really something they'll teach you in school. You know what I mean? That's like something you'll have to figure out on your own, or like read on your own. I like history. I think history's cool, but I still struggle with school. Like, I don't know. Like, I think I've always liked the fact that school is, how do you put it, engaging. You meet people, you meet lifelong friends, you meet friends you'll know for a few years, you'll meet your enemies in school. I think that's always one thing I enjoyed about school, but I always hated the drama. Actually, no, I like when it's people that have drama, and I'm not included in it. I just like being there. I think that's something I need to work on. I like being worshipped. I like doing things for people too. Like, I don't know how to explain. It's like, I feel like if I could do something, and it can make me look cool, or it'll make me feel good. I like doing things that make me feel good. Like people pleasure themselves. That's not the type of feel good I feel. When I do things for people, like when I buy things for people, or like I do something for people that they couldn't do on their own without them asking me, I feel cool. I feel good as a human being. I feel fulfilled in that moment. And that's why I always thought, like, if I ever become a celebrity, or if I ever do something, big, like huge, and I get fame, or if I get money, real money, like retiring family, giving friends money, buying friends stuff, I think that's what I want to do. So at least if I die early in my life, because I'm not the type of person who believes I'm gonna live to 70. I don't think that's me. I'm already obsessed with my looks now, and I know I'll get uglier as I get older. So I feel like I want to do that before I die. So, and yeah, I always have this like stuff where it's like, I know I'm not gonna live old, or I don't want to live old. So either somebody kills me, or if I do it myself, or something happens, or I become reckless. You know what I mean? So it's like, that's always my mindset, and I think I need to change that. But I don't know how. So I'm hoping like when I get big, I can like, I can find hope in God and Jesus. I also don't like using the word God, because God is like a human-made word, I think. I may have not read the Bible to understand everything, but I just feel like the Bible's been altered. So I hope like when I get bigger, I can like travel the world and try to figure out who I am as a person. And then hopefully when I feel better about myself, I can find the faith in God. I know that sounds crazy. I know people are gonna be like, well, you need to find your faith now, or like you need to believe now. But it's kind of hard to like believe now, because it's like where I am in life doesn't feel good. I don't know. It's just like I've always had this thing with religion where it's like, yeah, I believe in a higher power, but do I believe how everybody believes or depicts God? No. I believe Jesus was a real person. Do I believe that things were altered about him, or some things were said different about him? Yes. Because we're all human beings, and all this knowledge gets passed down through different generations and different things people think. Because people think different, people act different, people will change things, people will lie. Everybody lies. Everybody does all that. That's something as human beings we gotta understand. So everything you probably been told, at least there's probably been a mistake or a lie or something that been told.